Today's show is made possible by True Classic. I'm rocking one of their poles because I want to look good, feel good, and perform good, much like the Cowboys need to do in the postseason. The Cowboys are the number 2 seed this year, and they had a fantastic regular season. But everybody wants more. Everyone wants to have more success. And I think there are some adjustments, changes, if you will, that can and should be made to maximize the Cowboys' playoff potential. Now, we will be live well before kickoff for the Cowboys-Packers Wild Card round. At least an hour and a half, if not an hour 40. We'll see about that front there. Timing TBD. We'll be live for the game, so make sure you are subscribed. Before I get into change, though, I want to make things positive to start. You won the NFC East. The curse is real. The offense made changes post-bye that led to dramatically better results. The defense had flashes. A bit inconsistent, but they made splash plays. We'll get to that more in depth, by the way, as part of the show. You are dominant at home, and you found your kicker in Brandon Aubrey. But the goal is not to go 12-5, divisional round, and lose. We want to go further than Dallas has been able to go this century. Not a typo. It has been a very long time since they've made it beyond that divisional round. And that's what we all want. You have to find a way to accomplish that if you are the Cowboys. And I think adjustments, and even to a certain extent, just choosing to lean back in on the things that have worked super well and not go into certain negative aspects of what you've done is going to go a very long way to helping the Dallas Cowboys find a way to accomplish that. So the goal, of course, is the NFC title game. Can the that's the first goal, I should say, beyond winning your first 2 playoff games, whatever. Will the Cowboys make it to the NFC title game this year? It's the pinned comment on today's video, so if that ad comes here on YouTube, that's fine. Take advantage of it and go vote. Y for yes, N for no. The first change, much easier said than done. You got to figure out your ground game. It has been a very real problem, and for the most part, the blame gets assigned to the running back, which I actually don't think is very fair. In fact, since week 9, Tony Pollard is 5th in yards of contact and 3rd in missed tackles forced. And you're going, wait a minute, he's averaging like 4 yards per carry in that time frame. How is that number that low? It screams your offensive line / scheme has not done a good enough job. Rico Dowdle's shown some flashes as well. There are times I feel like he's actually running even better than what Pollard has done, but he's also averaging about 4.1 or 4.5 or 4.05, I should say, yards per carry. You are going to face teams that want you to run the football. They want to take away the explosive plays. They don't want to allow Lamb and Dak to cook them. They're going to try to make you run the football. The issue for 3 years in a row now, when your offense with a healthy Dak Prescott has averaged 30 points per game, the biggest constant, the biggest correlation, not necessarily causation, biggest correlation, bad ground game. Your numbers and losses this year, 5.4 against Arizona, you ran it great, you also couldn't stop the run. 3.2 against San Francisco, 4.2 against Philly, 3.9 against the Bills, that number being kind of juiced in garbage time, 2.8 against the Dolphins. 2022, 3.8, 5.7 against Green Bay, which was awesome, but 3.8, 2.4, and 3.0. Then in 2021, 3.1, 4.4, 5.1 against the Chiefs, 3.2, 2.1, and 2.8. You have as many games with losses under 3 yards a carry than you do above 4.5. That's bad. So you've got to figure out something here. And I think part of this is don't force it. You should try to get yourself into 2nd and 5. Because what I would do is I would let teams want you to run it, I know, take the 5-yard to 6-yard pass on first down. Now you're in 2nd and 4, and it's actually going to be easier to run on 2nd and 4 than it's going to be to run on 1st and 10, or God forbid, 2nd and 10, or 2nd and 11, the way you run the ball sometimes. I'm not asking for an elite ground game. I just need it to find a way to be serviceable. Give me enough that it's not a net negative in a significant fashion. Against the Commanders, 4.5 yards per carry, give it to me. That's all I'm asking for, is a serviceable ground game. I have my doubts if Dallas figured it out. I think it's heavily a scheme thing. Go back to duo, outside zone runs. They're not doing them very much, and I don't get it. Now, today's show is made possible by True Classic. Go to trueclassic.com/chat sports and save to 25% off on your first order. I get my father and my father-in-law True Classic stuff for the holidays, and they love it. They got the outerwear combo for the winter. They got the lightweight puffer jacket and a couple long sleeve t-shirts as well, and they love them. The color scheme also matched stuff that they already own. It was perfect. There's something for everybody at True Classic. Stylish, comfortable outerwear, from those puffer jackets to active wear to just normal t-shirts and polos, hoodies like I'm wearing right now. They are one of our favorite sponsors here at Chat Sports. But over 2 million men look great in their gear, and now you can too while saving big. If you want to upgrade your closet, shop now at trueclassic.com/chat sports and save to 25% off your first order. Make 2024 your most stylish year yet with True Classic. The link will be in the comment section and the description of today's show. It's trueclassic.com/chat sports. Number 2 change, and I'm cheating calling this change here, is to fully embrace your offensive aggression. You have an MVP caliber year out of Dak Prescott, who's an obvious Pro Bowl, possible All-Pro quarterback. His numbers are awesome. This is how you win. Adam Sandler movie quote, meme, whatever. This is how you win. And you know what? Yeah, you had the one bad interception. I don't know about you guys. If my quarterback's going to go 31 for 36 for 279, 4 scores, who cares about one tipped pass that's intercepted? I don't care. You are going to win playoff games. Your best chance to win them is by being aggressive, is by finding a way to air it out and go downfield, push the ball downfield, and do not be scared. Get your lead and set your defense up for success. Now, Dak's actually been super good in the postseason when he's not playing San Francisco. So what is your confidence level right now in Dak Prescott against the Packers? Scale it for me from 1 to 10 in the comments section. Number 3 change. I think they've begun to adopt this fully. Kind of what the Ravens have done too. A gash or be gash defense. Like you're gonna have plays where the offense beats you. You're not this Ravens or even this Browns style dominant defense. That's okay. Your defense can be good enough. It can generate splash plays. It can generate sacks. It can force fumbles. It can create interceptions. So yeah, if you allow a couple big pass plays and a big run play and they score 14 points on you, whatever, 21 points, that's fine. Generate splash plays and create your own explosives. The meta on offense is explosive plays, right? They will get some no matter who you're playing. Your defense got to make those too. The Tank Lawrence play is a great example. 3rd down, it's not a sack. Led to a pick. But y'all care about sacks sometimes too much. Make those impact plays, especially on 3rd downs. That is going to be key. There's been some moments this year where they've allowed too many big 3rd down plays. Got to make some of your own happen too. Which side of the ball do you trust more right now for Dallas? O for offense, D for defense. Sound off in the comments section. Number 4 chains, also one that has kind of already been made. Let's not feature Michael Gallup much anymore. I think this offense is clear at its best when everything runs through CeeDee Lamb and Jake Ferguson and Brandon Cooks, and Gallup is kind of an afterthought. In fact, the numbers between Michael Gallup and Jalen Tolbert this year are very similar. In fact, Tolbert's made a couple big plays in back-to-back weeks that have been super impressive. Touchdown in the deep downfield bomb that he mossed the guy on. It's basically been a 50-50 split, but again, your quarterback had 5 incomplete passes against the Commanders. 2 of them went to Gallup. He was 0 for 2. It's not a coincidence that the completion rate across the year has just not been good enough for Gallup. It's not great for Tolbert either. Chalk it up to being a younger player who's gotten better as the weeks have gone on. It's wide receiver 3, it's not nearly as impactful there. Gallup does not generate enough separation for me. Everything's contested. I don't like those as much. So pick a wide receiver 3. MG for Michael Gallup or JT for Jalen Tolbert. Sound off in the comments section. Number 5 change is and this has been a constant case for 3 years now. you have to stop the self-inflicted wounds. In particular, your penalty woes have got to stop. It is so hard to win playoff games when you're at 7, 8, 9, 10 penalties. The level opponent is too good. Your margin for error is too narrow. If the penalty boys show up again, it's going to be a big, big problem for Dallas in the postseason.